Hello, everybody. I am Ren Michaelis, and I normally have a new video every single Thursday. But for me, I don't really have a stake in this. I don't even have a Netflix account. But I've noticed that everybody on Twitter has been talking about this. It's like this has been clogging up my timeline. So I decided to give my 2 cents on it. So basically, there is this transgender cartoon called Shira. Now, we are calling her by she, her pronouns because that is her pronouns. And we are looking at Shira pre-transition. She hasn't started hormone replacement therapy yet, but you know what? She is still a woman because trans women are real women, so we should respect her pronouns. But I do think that in a sense both sides are being ridiculous because it's for little kids anyway, and it's up for a kid to decide whether they like it or not because it's about the storyline. It's a great storytelling because if you look at the Powerpuff Girls, they come nowhere near close to looking like real women. When it comes to the Powerpuff Girls, their heads are huge. A real woman would be crushed to death by the weight of that head, and their eyes are way too big. And it's like when you look at the Powerpuff Girls, they look actually kind of creepy. So, or when you look at Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, she doesn't look like, an actual human. So it's kind of like, it's ridiculous. It's fiction. It's, like if it's a great storytelling, if it's great, when I've dig through the comments, like I decided to get off Twitter and just read through the comments on various places and just say like, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a chance because the storytelling could be great. And if the storytelling is good, if it has a good storyline, then we should give it a chance. We shouldn't prejudge it. And it's not for adults anyway. Like if you are an adult male, go watch hentai. Like, there is plenty of hentai for you adult males, so go watch that instead. But it is for, ages 5 to 10. So it's gonna be for ages 5 to 10 to look up to. And Curiosity, she says that the original, like 1980s version, looks like a pinup doll. But anyway, we gotta keep in mind that this is for little kids, not for an adult male audience. Of course, you're gonna be a lot like, oh no, it's great. Like, no, the 1980 version is great, and this new version is terrible. But given that it's for 5-year-olds anyway, this 5-year-old kid may think that this version is great. But for me, I just thought it was odd because I don't even use Netflix. You don't even have to get that particular cartoon. There is a long, long, long list of cartoons you could order. You could order Scooby Doo. You could order Sailor Moon. It's really both sides being outraged over nothing. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to Shira, it is great that we have our very first transition transgender cartoon character. But I just think it's ridiculous on both ends. And hear of the straw man, like the straw man's like, it's all about the boobs, when really, like, to me, it's an insult to flat-chested women because you're saying that flat-chested women look like Ben Shapiro. They're saying that flat-chested women look like Nick Fuentes. That's just an insult because flat-chested women still have a feminine face, and they still, have more. They're still going to have a softer shoulders. They're not going to have broad shoulders. So it's kind of weird. It's really just a slap in the face to flat-chested women. Not to mention that flat chested women tend to be very insecure about that, and they buy clothes to give the illusion of breasts. Like they just buy clothes to make it look like they have breasts when they don't. And it's also why, boob search, like some women get their boob shops. So we can't just pretend that boobs are something that women don't want to have, basically, or little girls don't want to have. Because again, when people are flat chested, you can listen to the stories. You can listen to all of the stories about how it's an insecurity for them, and it makes them feel sad. It makes them feel depressed. Like Jacqueline Glenn, she talked about how it made her feel terrible and horrible, and she always felt bad having small boobs, and she couldn't wait to get a boob job. So it's kind of like it's kind of weird, and not only that, but I mean, I could also see Shira being used by people to bully other people, to be like, you look like Shira, you look like Shira. I mean, I would imagine that the kids at school may go, you look like Shira, to like bully and harass you. So I just don't think it would be as empowering as the feminists think that it would, because that is just not how, at least not how cisgender women tend to look like. But the storyline could be great. It could be a fun to watch, but it's still weird to complain about because there's so many options available. Just have your kid watch Sailor Moon. Just have your kid watch Dragon Ball Z. Just have your kid watch, I mean, the long, long list of anime out there. You don't have to buy that particular product. Either way, I think both people are making a big deal out of no big deal. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think, and I'm sorry that my hair looks really, really terrible today. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, this has been Rami Kylis. Bye bye.